Hoo-wee. All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff on this wonderful Thursday, March the 6th at 9:24 in the morning. 9:24 in the morning. Yeah, 24s, plural. That's how we talk down south. 9:24s. But yeah, I might got to go do some house inspections. I didn't get a chance to complete yesterday because of the rain. We had a heavy rainstorm, and by the time when I finally had some time to go do it, that's when the rain hit. So I couldn't get any good pictures. So I'm going down now to get that bad boy taken care of and get those two. And then I got some other ones I got to do. So I got a little bit of ripping and running today to do to get as many of these inspections done as possible and stuff. So yeah, so then I got three closings to do. Actually, one of them's a deed signing, and there have been a lot more of those coming up. I don't know why. I always inquire, like one of them I had to redo a couple of weeks ago, and it was one that I did, and I noticed the problem, and I asked the company about it, and nobody responded. They had the guy's name spelt wrong, and I asked him about the company, the signing company, and all, and nobody ever replied. So I just went head on with the signing. I just told him to line through the misspelling, spell his name correctly and initial it. And then they came back about 2 weeks later and was like, "Oh no, we gotta redo it because his name ain't this and name ain't that." I'm like, okay. So I went back there and got paid again to do the thing. So it is what it is. I was like, all right, cool. And today I got a deed correction to do. Don't know who did this one. I didn't do it. So I don't know what the issue is, but I'm gonna try to find out, because I like to know why the deed didn't get whatever. But, at this point, I sometimes feel like I don't know what else to share with y'all to get you to understand the reality of this business. And a lot of y'all are sort of late to the game about my channel and about what I talk about, because you hop out there on TikTok and all of this, and you see all of this stuff, and y'all buy into it with all these other peoples, another way we talk down here in Florida, peoples, and they're talking all this smack about the business, and you just instantly fall into it and believe it. Now, I'll be honest, some people have told me they're like, a little iffy about that, but they didn't have anything to compare it to. So then somewhere along the line, and a lot of times after they done somewhat bought into the propaganda and done paid for a course or two, and now you're confused because here's somebody like myself, I'm coming and I'm saying something completely different, almost a 7-to-1 ratio, 7 people saying what they're saying about the notary business, and I'm the one who's saying something opposite of them. And trying to get people to understand that there are human beings on this earth that will not be upfront and honest with you. They will just say whatever they need to say, because if they tell you the truth, you're not going to spend money with them, because that's what this is all about. And it's heartbreaking for me to talk to individuals over these past 4 years that I've been on YouTube, and to hear people somewhat admit, and in some cases admit, that the stuff these people are saying is a bunch of bull. But yet they still keep running behind them because they're hoping that that person will be honest and tell them the truth. And I'm like, why should they tell you the truth? Why should they expose the truth about the business? And it's not a nasty truth. It's just, okay, you don't just become a notary and somebody's sitting there with a pot of daggone orders and saying, oh, you just became a notary and you just took so-and-so's course. I got a order just for you. I've been waiting 3 months for somebody like you. They're not doing that crap. And people literally think that. They literally think that people are just sitting here waiting for the next notary set of notaries to finish these courses and trainings so that they can then give them work. This is not college and you trying to go out here into the W-2 workforce. Okay? It is not. And I don't understand why y'all think that. And if you're thinking that based off of the way that these folk are talking to you, y'all need to check them, and you need to check yourself, because it ain't like that. Nobody ain't got time to be waiting 3 months for you. They're not. They're just not doing it. And I'm trying to get people to understand the reality of the notary business is simply this: be ready. If you can't just simply be ready for when an order comes through, then you don't need to be in this business. Can you do it part-time? Yes. But that depends on where you live at. Because if you live in an area where the companies want to get the work done between 9 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, and you're working from 7 to 3, you're not going to see that much opportunities for you to do the closings. And they don't just sit here and say, well, we're going to save these for the weekend for you notaries who are working a part-time job or a full-time job and got kids, and you got to take man and TT to soccer and basketball and football and dance and gymnastics. We're going to just hold these orders till the weekend and give you an opportunity. No, they don't do that. They don't. That's the reality of the business. The reality is you got to be in a ready position. You do have to market to some degree depending on where you live at. Some areas you may not have to market as much, but then you have to keep in mind you're marketing against all the other notaries. So that means you have to have a little bit of a different way you present yourself when you're out here, so that the people will select you instead of them. And it's all about availability. So nobody cares how many courses you took. Nobody cares how many certifications you have. I don't have not one single direct client that has ever asked me how many courses did I take and what's my certification. They didn't even ask me if I'm NNA certified. I think I only had one that even asked for, as a direct client, about my E&O insurance. But none of them have ever asked me, am I NNA certified, all that, for as direct clients. Now, you're on them signing company platforms, SnapDocs, Notary Go, I'm about to say GoDaddy, Notary Go and all of that kind of stuff, signature closers, they got different requirements. They require you to have those quasi certifications. But it still boils down to whether you can do the job or not. And if you can do the job, then everything is good. And nobody cares about the certification because you actually can do the job. So I don't know what else needs to be said before you accept what the reality of the business is. And the sad part is that some of y'all actually start seeing it. You start seeing it, and you start seeing the game. You start seeing how some of these individuals out there are playing women. They're actually trying to hit the pain points that some of you young ladies are dealing with. And you're like, you're full of mess. You're just talking a lot of smack to get me to buy into this, and you're playing that sister girl and the sisterhood, and you're trying to be the man that's making all this money and impressing you, because sometimes people get attracted. You know, some young ladies is like, oh, okay, that's a man who's successful. I wish my man would be successful. And you get pulled into that because, wow, that'd be nice. Okay, and you get attracted to somebody, and that's cool. That's okay. But are they telling you anything of value? Are they telling you anything that you honestly can actually implement? And then some of you are struggling with the fact that you have some self-esteem and some other issues going on within you that has made you timid about stepping out and doing doing the things that you need to do to be successful in whatever. Some of you struggle with just even taking a promotion at your own job. at your job, you struggle because you're like, oh, I don't know if I can handle it. I mean, I've been a secretary all this time. Now they want me to be the executive secretary in front of and be in charge of everybody. Now I got to start writing evaluations, and I don't know if I can do that. I mean, you got all of that going on in you, and now you want to own a business. Now you want to be a business owner, and you haven't even worked that out. And see, I know what you want me to say. You want me to get up here on YouTube, and you want me to tell you the 5 things that will make you money, the 8 things that you can do, the 17 different streams of income. That's what you want, but you don't have what it takes to do one. And you ain't even trying to figure that out. You want to touch one and then play with the other, and you ain't being solid in none of them. And then you hear me talk like this, and then you say, well, I'm going to go back to them other people, and I'm going to take another course from them. And you end up wasting your daggone money, and you haven't gotten anywhere. And all you got to do is take your notary stamp, after you accepted the order, or at least indicated that you are willing to do the order, and go execute the proper notarizations. But I don't understand the documents. Why do you need to understand the actual documents of what somebody is signing? Well, I just want to make sure that I understand what this document is about. You're making excuses. That's what you're doing. You're making excuses not to do the work. Well, if I don't understand the document that they're signing, then how can I notarize it? You just bought into a bunch of bull that keeps 85% of notaries out there from doing this business. I'm tired of y'all failing. I'm tired of y'all not succeeding. When are you gonna get tired? I'm trying to stay calm because I'm just sick and tired of people wasting their time and money. You're making this a pipe dream when it's not a pipe dream. This is reality. This is a real business that you can go out here and do, but you're trying to make it into something, and they're playing with you with all of this here. Well, you can be this rich, and you can be that wealthy, and you can have all of this money, and you can go to all of these things, and let's go to this event, and let's go down here, and we can drink mimosas, and you're worrying about getting drunk rather than actually building wealth. And the people who are telling you all this, they building their wealth, and they're building their daggone generational wealth off of you. And they ain't notarizing a daggone thing, but they got you paying them so that they ain't got to go do what you're afraid to do, which is stamp a document. Tell me I ain't right about it. You know it. I ain't gonna get a whole lot of comments on here because nobody don't want to admit that what I'm saying is true. You don't want to admit that. But that's, see, that what do you call it, the AA, Alcoholic Anonymous, and drug rehab stuff. That's the first thing you got to do. You got to do what? Admit where you're at. You got to admit that you got a problem. I've been over here before. Okay, this is not the same out, but I've been down this street before. I have been over here taking pictures before. Matter of fact, I think it was this house. Yeah, it was this house right there. But that's the thing. You got to finally make up your mind that you need to admit that where you're at, the mistake that you made trying to get into this business, and now go do the corrections. Okay, what do I need to do? And the bottom line, what you really need to do is just get out here and go do the work. When the opportunity comes and you get assigned, go do it. But I'm not ready, then get ready. But what if they ask me a question? Then you call somebody and say, hey, they got a question about this document you gave them. Well, I just need to, I just feel better if I know the document and can be able to give them some guidance. What does your state law say, God dang it? Huh? What does your state law say? Well, I know, but the trainer who I paid all that money to, they insist that I give a summary. They insist that I do these things. Who the heck are they to tell you what to do when your state law hasn't told your hind parts what to do? You paying somebody money to tell you to violate your state law. Bottom line, that's what you're doing. You paying somebody money to tell you not to follow your state law. And then one of y'all will question them about, why are you telling me to do this? Show me proof. My state law says I can't do this. Why are you telling me to do this? You won't ask them that because you know they don't have an answer for it, and you see the proof that you ain't supposed to do it, but you just like the fact that, well, they're so charismatic and they're just so woo. And it's just so nice to be around other like-minded people who are getting screwed over and spending $500 for BS. And you just want to be in that group mentality, that herd crap. You're afraid to be alone. You're afraid to work your business alone. The notary business is not about us coming together as a conglomerate or a collective. It is about you going out there and taking care of the people in your community. You don't need them. They don't need you. We do not need to be, it's nothing wrong with that. But when you are tied tight with each other and you're still not moving forward, that's a problem. You're all tied tight in these groups and you're not moving forward. And if you're not moving forward, then is it because they're holding you back with a whole bunch of BS? A whole bunch of expectations and requirements that are unattainable? Or are you being held back because of what you're doing? Because of something within you? It's two different things. If you're a part of a group and you are just not going out and doing what you need to do, that's one thing. But if you're a part of a group and the group has set a standard that restricts you from being able to go out there or makes you afraid to go out there, meaning you won't take that $60 order because if you go back to the group and tell them, they're going to cuss you out. Why are you paying to be a part of something where you're getting cussed out? Why are you paying to be a part of something where you're getting put down and being told that you're a failure and you're this bad and you're that bad? Because you took an order that's a particular dollar amount and it's beneath them. And they say, well, you know, if it's beneath me and you're part of this group, then it's beneath you. And they don't even know you like that. And they still don't pick up the phone when you call them. But you want to be a part of the cool kids club. You want to be a part of the cool kids club and you ain't making out a daggone dime. And you all admiring the fact that you call them success. They ain't successful. Have them suckers out there just scamming. Scamming left, scamming right, up, down, and all around. I'm serious. Goodness. All right, let me stop because I'm really fussy right now. I'm being a little too fussy. And it wasn't my intent to be this fussy. I hope this is the house. Let me look and see. So, give me your thoughts if you feel like you want to. Feel free to comment. But above all, it's now time for you to take action. And the question is, are you going to take action? If you are, great. You know, I'm here to help. I will do what I can to help you in your quest to take action. If you're not willing to take action, okay. You do you. But I'm going to keep going and doing what I got to do. And I'm going to keep helping those who want to be helped and helping them people move forward in their ability, you know, in their thing to take action. But the rest of y'all, have at it. Do what you got to do And hopefully one day you'll get it. And if it's not with this business, maybe a different business. But you're going to have to do something, because this don't make sense in the way this economy is. You constantly spending money and time and not actually going out there and making money. When did that become a thing? That's like them people spending $2,000 a month on a daggone car and bragging about it. Yeah, I done signed up with five different businesses, and I'm gonna start this, and I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, and I ain't done nothing yet. But I'm spending $1,000 a month on training, and wow. And it's like, okay, when you gonna make money? I mean, I'm gonna get there, but you need to get there now. For your family's sake. Stop trying to do this business so you can have social media cred with these suckers out here. So you can have your face plastered all over the internet and bragging about the fact that you had a 6-month span of time that you did good in the business, but here it is 18 months later and you ain't really done nothing because you never understood the foundation of business. Woo, boy, that just touched somebody. All right, talk to y'all later. Peace.